Welcome back to the Tan and J-Man Show. Frigid Monday night here. I am the J-Man. Sitting next to me is the Tan Man. Hopefully we can warm you people up with some of our hot takes tonight. Hope everyone's had a fantastic week since we've seen you last. How you doing tonight, T-Dog?
Good intro, Jay, man. That's one of your better ones.
Stream of consciousness. That's why I
Like
roll these days, yeah.
I like it. I'm doing all right. I had a good sports weekend, but yet a heartbreaking sports weekend. It was really strange. We'll get into that later. But I'm also prepared for tonight. Probably be the worst sports night of my life. Yeah. I I don't. I mean, I've seen my team lose heartbreaking games and stuff,
Yeah.
but assuming IU beats Miami, and we'll get into that here momentarily, but assuming they do, I mean, I've seen Indiana lose in basketball in 02 to Maryland, but 10 years old at the time. It didn't, even if Indiana would have won, I don't know
Right.
how it would affect me then. Saw Notre Dame lose to Alabama, 2012 national championship, and then lose to Ohio State last year. But Yeah.
You would probably much rather see Notre Dame win one than Indiana, right?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would. But still, Indiana's the only team I'd root for Notre Dame. The only time I'd root for Notre Dame would be against Indiana, like I did last year in the college football playoff. I still really just like them as well. I mean, and then there's a large gap between my second and third least favorite college football team. So.
Yeah. Who is your third?
Well, it was Colorado. But
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of waned this year a little bit. I still don't like them, but I mean, the media coverage really died down. A 3-9 season will do that to you. So sorry, J-Man, it's probably Illinois right now.
That's fair.
They're in the Big Ten. They're a Purdue rival. Purdue recruits against them a lot.
Yeah, they're similar.
They're to a program that's consistently winning 8, 9, 10 games.
They were like a similar tier, I would say they still probably are a similar tier. I mean, Illinois did a very good football hire with Brett Bielema, to be able to win, 8 games, 3 of the last 4 years, which is just unheard of.
Yeah,
and they've always, it seems like, recruited against each other.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
So like Ohio State doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people. Michigan, a lot of the other Big Ten schools, I don't like. That's the thing that's been laughable to me lately. Like, so many people are shocked, even as a diehard Purdue fan, that I'm not rooting for Indiana tonight.
That makes no sense.
Like, what good does that do to me as a Purdue fan? They're my team's biggest rival. We play against them every year. We recruit against them every year. Now, we're not winning the recruiting battles, but we still go after a lot of the same recruits, especially in state. Like, what good does it? But they're in the Big Ten. They're a school in the state of Indiana. I could care less. I've never been one, and I know you are in this company too. I've never been one like in the NCAA tournament to root for the Big Ten. I don't care about conference allegiance. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I root for my team only, and I hope the rest of the Big Ten loses in the first round.
Completely fair.
Couldn't care less about conference prestige or anything. That seems like an SEC thing.
Yeah,
SEC fans kind of root for each other. I will never ever root for a Big Ten team to win a national title besides my own.
Yep. Nope. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Oh, well, I did root for Ohio State in football last year against Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was a little different. Okay. I guess. Yeah. Unless they're playing like a Notre Dame, but like basketball, there's no way. Like, I don't hate another team. Like Duke could be in it playing, whoever, and I'd root for Duke.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think the only way I would root for another Big Ten team is if they were playing Indiana in the national championship. Yeah. Or I guess I really dislike Michigan State. They're my second least favorite college basketball team. So if anybody outside of Indiana in the Big Ten was playing Michigan State, I'd root for them.
I don't see you rooting for Illinois over Michigan State in the national.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not because of you.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, good point. Any of the other ones?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but it's let's get right into my birdie or bogey. It involves college football in the national championship. So if Indiana wins tonight, they become a first-time national champion. Who's the last team in college football to win the national championship for their very first time?
Oh, man.
And I should say This is the AP poll national championship, because for years there was like multi-champions and all that. So, but the main one that's recognized.
Oh, I have no idea. Birdie or Bogey is brought to you by Dreddy's Place for good cuisine. You can pull it up. I don't have it pulled up. Once again, I'm unprepared. I apologize.
Small town vibes, big time flavor. Dreddy's Place serves up fresh breakfast and lunch favorites that keep you coming back for more. Located at 703 Main Street in Rochester, Indiana. And I am not just being biased when I say this. Best lunch spot in Rochester, Indiana. You won't be disappointed with whatever you get. Great sandwiches, great soups. If you're a coffee fan, they got tons of different coffee.
They still have jet teas, because I used to get a jet tea there.
They do have jet teas.
It's pretty much a smoothie.
Yep. They got smoothies too, smoothies and jet teas. So, yeah, you can't go wrong. Even myself, I'm a pretty consistent guy with what I eat. I like one or two things at a restaurant, go to it. Dreddy's, I got a rotation about 4 or 5 different sandwiches I work at. Yeah. So whatever I'm feeling that day. If I want a barbecue chicken melt, I get barbecue chicken melt. If I want a Philly, I get a Philly. If I want a club, I get a club.
They still have the pepperoni bread on there.
I believe so.
Oh man, that was good stuff too.
It's a good appetizer. Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
And they got good soups. They got low baked potato soup every day. The other soups, there's a different soup each day. So yeah, go check them out. 703 Main Street, Rochester, Indiana. You will not be disappointed. And good breakfast as well. They just don't serve breakfast every day. Fridays and Saturdays, good breakfast as well. So. All right, let's keep talking about the national championship game. And I know a lot of people are going to be listening to this come tomorrow, so it'll be old news. But Indiana against Miami in Miami's backyard tonight, Hard Rock Stadium. Indiana's a 7.5-point favorite. Don't feel like that's enough, in my opinion. I still do think I do think Miami has a shot. I mean, of course they have a shot. It's a football game. It's a national championship. I think a lot of people are not giving them a chance, which could be a little dangerous territory. But I think to have a chance, and this sounds really dumb, Miami's got to get out to like a 10-0 lead.
Yeah.
And put Indiana in a position they haven't been put in all year long. Indiana's barely trailed, let alone trailed by double digits at any point this season. So if they do that, maybe they got a chance. But in the end, I think Indiana will be too much for them. And I'll throw out a prediction. Indiana wins. I'll go 34-24, closer than the other games they've been in, but they still win by double digits.
Indiana has the largest average of victory ever in college football. It's 34 points. Even that 2019, that legendary 2019 LSU team that killed everyone, their average margin of victory is 26 points per game. So this is one of the greatest teams ever. Can you believe that?
No.
That we're saying that?
No.
My heart or my head 1000% thinks Indiana's going to win this thing by 21 plus because that's what they've been doing all year. Yeah. And in the playoff, the 2 games they play, they've just murdered their opponents.
Yeah.
But this will be the J-Man's Book It prediction of the week. I'm going with my Canes in this one. I think I'll even throw out a score prediction. I think Indiana wins by 51-20. I think final score of this one, then Indiana wins. But just for the sake of being different, give me the Canes. 27-24, last second field goal. Carson Beck leads another game-winning drive.
I will say Carson Beck gets a lot of flack, but the dude's only lost 5 college games.
Yeah,
he is a winner. He does make plays. He just makes a lot of stupid decisions too. Yeah. I think it's just transferring from Georgia to Miami, NIL deal, dating one of those twins at one time. Mm-hmm. There's just a lot of things you can make fun of. But at the end of the day, he's a pretty darn good quarterback.
Yeah. And I think it will help a little bit that Miami's playing at home. I think the crowd is going to be 50-50.
If not 60-40 Indiana.
Yeah, I would say probably more Indiana fans. But the fact they get to sleep in their own beds, they get to have the locker room, they'd be very familiar with their surroundings.
Right.
At the same time, could see them come out tight because they are at home.
Right.
And I've said this forever that I'd almost rather play on the road sometimes in the playoffs just because sometimes the home team comes out tight.
Right.
I think Indiana wins. But again, Canes, my book prediction of the week. J-Man's Book It prediction of the week brought to you by Travis Watering, insurance agency for life, home, auto, business, renters, workers' comp, farm insurance. Contact us 219-869-4561.
I wonder who he's rooting for as a Notre Dame football fan.
As you've said, you've seen some Notre Dame football fans that have kind of jumped on the Indiana bandwagon. That's
Way
kind of
too many.
it's kind of annoyed us all.
Way too many.
I honestly don't know. I haven't seen much on
I
his
don't have my
social
phone on
media.
me. I was gonna send him a text, but I don't have my phone's downstairs.
I just don't know. I haven't seen him say anything about Indiana football on like Twitter or anything like that. Maybe he has.
I don't think he has, but
I don't either.
I do know one of my old coworkers from years ago, big Notre Dame fan, big football and basketball. I believe he's down at the game and wearing Miami stuff. So yeah, so I laughed at that. But
that is
I have laughed at the amount of. And I'm not trying to take shots here. I'm really not. I'm just saying what I've seen. I'm laughing at the amount of people I know that went to IU. So hey, more power to them. Rooting for IU, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like, I would usually go to a half of a football game every year. I went to one football game a year. It's more of like they can't believe they're here type thing. And yeah, it is pretty incredible. But like I said last week, I do respect the diehards that have been through a lot of really bad times with Indiana football and are now getting to see this unbelievable moment happen and this unbelievable run. But it's the ones like, the Notre Dame football fans who are Notre Dame football, IU basketball, but all of a sudden also IU football. No. Pick a lane. Yeah. Like who'd you root for last year when Notre Dame and IU played?
Exactly.
You know the answer? That's your team.
That should be your team.
That's your team.
Now, and again, I can obviously see, Notre Dame fans, pulling for Indiana.
100%. Sure.
But like,
sure.
Throwing on a shirt and
going to the game,
or even like openly rooting for them. That's where it kind of rubs me wrong.
And I think I mentioned this last week. I know some Notre Dame fans who are mad about it all because, for one, they still think they should have been in the playoff, which they should have been, and then two, they're like, we're supposed to be the football school in the state, and we haven't won a title since 1988, and like Indiana's going to start recruiting against us for some of these elite recruits and things like that. So it's interesting to see the take, but it is incredible with what Signetti's done and Mendoza. And I saw a picture just a little bit ago on X. Mark Davis is on the sidelines. The Raiders, Mark Davis is on the sidelines watching Mendoza. So he's most likely going to be the Raiders' #1 pick, I would think.
Yeah.
Especially
with the Dante Moore news coming out that he's coming back, I think it's for
this
sure.
This quarterback class is terrible.
It's terrible. That's a bad year to need one.
I fully expect Brian Flores to be the Raiders' next head coach.
That fits well.
I've seen that put out there a lot, so that's why I'm going with that. But we'll see tonight. But I think one thing that makes me mad as a Purdue fan, not only that my arch rival's like in this, but the media coverage for this game around the state in like selling the shirts and everything. I didn't see this 2 years ago when Purdue was in the national title for basketball.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because Final Four of the national championships like boom, boom, or if football is just a bigger deal. But this is supposed to be a basketball state, and this wasn't even close. Or if it's, Purdue's had a good basketball program for a decade, so it wasn't that big a shock that they finally made it. Or I didn't see for Notre Dame last year when they played Ohio State, but schools in the state, J-Man, for the Peach Bowl on that Friday night, basketball games were moving up an hour so they didn't have to miss kickoff for the Indiana game. I think it's amazing.
The reality of the situation is I think it is an IU state.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Especially south of Indianapolis, it's all IU. That's half the state right there,
Yeah, right.
And yet, a lot of the factors probably played a role as to why Purdue didn't get that. I mean, they got good coverage, I'm sure, but
they did. But it's not like this is unbelievable on the news every night, like it's leading.
Yeah, and I think probably the biggest thing is obviously there's a quick turnaround because it's the NCAA tournament. You got to win 6 games in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That had to do something to do with it, but also the fact that Purdue's been good at basketball for a long time, and Indiana comes from worst program in the FBS to national title game in 2 years, essentially.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the biggest factor in that.
Good point, and it'll be interesting if Purdue's lucky enough to make the Final Four this year, with it being in Indianapolis, what the coverage would be like. But but we'll see. I don't know, but it's Either way, my nightmare finally ends tonight, one way or the other. So I'm just ready to get it over with.
That's a good silver lining.
I'm ready
At
to get it
least
over
it'll
with,
be
man.
over. There's a very small handful of people that'll be very, very happy for should Indiana win.
Well, then nobody's been rubbing it in my face.
No,
and I've been pretty good about it. Like my employer, the last 2 Fridays has let people wear IU or cream and crimson. We couldn't wear any other colleges or anything, but if you wanted to wear, so I did not participate because I only I honest God have one red shirt, and it's a shirt of my employer. And the only reason I have it is it was our employee shirt for the year that year, and I had to wear it to certain events, and I haven't worn it since.
Yeah.
So I have not partaken in that, but you know, I've had emails like typed up and then I've deleted it. Like, hope if Purdue makes it, like,
yeah,
you do the same in April or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, because I do believe in karma, and like I'm trying to behave as well as I can, but. You know, it has got under my skin quite a bit, but I'm trying to be nice about it.
I'm very happy I don't live in the state now.
Yeah, I mean, this would be like Northwestern
constantly.
basketball making a run. I think or something for you.
The
I
thing
don't know.
with the Chicagoland though is I never hear them say anything about college athletics. It's all Bears, Blackhawks, Bulls.
Probably would Notre Dame football, I guess. Maybe
I didn't. It could just be my work. It's all professional sports.
Yeah.
They don't say anything about college sports, which is kind of nice. I could just kind of fly in under the radar a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's I'll probably tune in for a little bit, but I don't know. Part of me thought about honestly not turning on unless I saw Miami was up. Because
I'm with you.
I've got through like half the Peach Bowl and the Rose Bowl and turned it off. So
well,
I've been telling myself for weeks Indiana's win it all, like just trying to get my mind ready, but I still can't wrap my mind around it. It still doesn't feel real.
It's been easy to turn off the Peach Bowl and the Rose Bowl because they were up so big at halftime. So hopefully tonight it's a better game at least. It'll be at least more entertaining to tune into.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be a win for Miami if they keep it within 10 by halftime with the way Indiana's been playing. Now, Signetti had a quote, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't know the exact wording he used, but he said something like, yeah, the guys have been like a little too like happy to be here, and we need to like laser in on winning this thing or something like that because they said, I'm sick of seeing the selfies and I'm sick of seeing all that stuff. I need them to.
So we know he won't smile during the game.
Yeah, he won't smile after the game. Let's be honest. He'll be like, man, I got to win one next year.
Yeah.
Got to get ready for spring ball.
And that's the thing. I mean, they'll be ranked at least top 10, if not top 5, maybe number 1. Start the year next year. Just, I think he's building a program. So
yeah, it stinks.
Yeah, is what it is. So we'll see. You want to get educated?
I do always.
Just learn about some sporting events that have happened on this day on January 19th, which happy MLK Day to everybody out there, by the way. Let's see here. On this day in 1934, the MLB commissioner, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, what a name, denied Shoeless Joe Jackson's appeal for reinstatement into baseball after being banned after the 1919 Black Sox World Series.
Yeah, that's a rough one because he hit over 300 in that series. And they banned them all for life.
On this day, 1952, the NFL purchased struggling football franchise, the New York Yanks, from owner Ted Collins, moved the club to Dallas, Texas. Also on this day, 1952, the PGA approved allowing African-American participants.
Ah, nice.
Let's see. On this day, 1969, the 8th AFL All-Star Game was played. The Western Division beat the Eastern Division 38-25. Can you name me? There's 2 MVPs. Can you name me one of the MVPs?
What year was that?
1969.
AFL?
Yeah, it says AFL.
What teams were even in the AFL in 69?
Well, I'll give you the teams both these guys played for. One played for the Chiefs, one played for the Oilers.
Chiefs, was that Lenny Dawson?
Was Lynn Dawson. Yep.
Oilers.
I'll even give you the position. He was a linebacker for the Oilers.
Oh, I have no idea then.
George Webster.
Yeah.
Yeah. On this day, 1972, Sandy Koufax, Yogi Berra, and Early Wynn were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. On this day, 1974, Notre Dame beat UCLA 71-70 in South Bend, Indiana to end the Bruins' NCAA record 88-game basketball win streak.
That's incredible.
That's great.
We'll never see that again.
No. On this day, 1977, Ernie Banks elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Mr. Cub.
On this day, 1989, U.S. President Ronald Reagan pardoned New York Yankee owner George Steinbrenner for supplying illegal funds for Nixon's re-election campaign. On this day in 2000, Michael Jordan returned to the NBA, joining the Washington Wizards as part owner and president of basketball operations.
Did he play the rest of that year too? No, he played the next year, or was he?
I think it was 02. I think 02, 03, if I remember correctly, or 03, 04, something. On this day, 2002, the Tuck Rule game took place in the AFC Divisional Playoffs. With under 2 minutes to play, New England Patriots trailed the Oakland Raiders 13-10 in a driving snowstorm when Tom Brady fumbled and was ruled incomplete. Patriots win 16-13 in overtime.
Really glad they got rid of that one.
Yep. On this day in 2003, who won the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship?
2003. That would have been 2003. Was that the Raiders Bucks?
Raiders Bucks. The Raiders beat the Titans 41-24, and the Bucks beat the Eagles 27-10.
The years screw me up because the season happens in 2022, exactly.
Yep. On this day in 2013, Lance Armstrong admitted to doping in all 7 of his Tour de France victories.
Loser.
Also on this day in 2013, the 2012-13 NHL season began after a 119-day lockout. Who won the AFC Championship and NFC Championship on this day in 2014?
2014, that would have been 2014, so that would have been the 2013. That would have been Seahawks Broncos.
Yes, the Broncos beat the Patriots 26-16. Seahawks beat the Niners 23-17. Your boy got his nose broke that night in the bar.
You had it coming, let's be honest.
I did not. I did nothing wrong that night, honest to God. And on this day, 2020, who won the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship?
2020, so that was the 2019 season. 2020, who played in the Super Bowl?
Right before the pandemic.
Yeah, 2020. Oh, was that the that was no, Flores. That was the 2019 Super Bowl, was the Eagles or Rams Patriots. 2020
States Patriots
would have been. Why am I struggling with this one? 2020. Chiefs probably won an AFC, right?
They beat the Titans 35-24.
Remember that. Titans got up early.
Yeah.
Who did the Chiefs? Niners?
Niners beat the Packers 37-20. And then the Chiefs beat the Niners, of course. So
Niners choked that one away.
Yes, they did. And that is the On This Day segment brought to you by Blue River Digital. Blue River Digital is a full-service smart marketing agency. They help businesses simplify marketing and grow with intention. Their focus is on systems, strategy, and long-term results, not hype or one-off tactics. They offer digital marketing, website development, graphic design, printing and direct mail, signage and vehicle graphics, corporate apparel, promotional items, and AI and automations. They work with small, medium, and large businesses spanning across the United States with a strong presence in northern Indiana. Contact them today at 260-248-2749 to see how they can help you with your digital marketing needs. All right. J-Man, this has been a heck of a playoffs, in my opinion. I mean, we've seen
great
good games every round. We've seen close games. Heck, this past weekend, we saw 2 overtime games.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos beat the Buffalo Bills 33-30 in overtime, and the Los Angeles Rams beat the Chicago Bears, 20-17?
Yeah, 27
in overtime last night. The other 2 games saw the Seahawks whoop on the Niners 41
they're pretty good.
6, and then the Patriots defeated the Texans by, I don't remember what the score was.
I don't remember either. 26-16 or something.
Yeah, something. After C.J. Stroud gave the ball away 4 times.
Yeah.
If he just takes care of the ball, the Texans probably win that game. But overall thoughts going into the conference championship now that we're down to 4 teams left.
Yeah, the games of the weekend were obviously the Bills Broncos and Bears Rams, two fantastic games. And Josh Allen's a loser. I've said it all weekend. He's a loser, man. This was his opportunity. He turned it over 4 times himself. Now, the final one wasn't really his fault. And again, they could have reviewed that 100 times. I think they're giving Denver an interception every single time because there's no clear evidence that Cook's ever had possession of that thing. So I think the call on the field would have stood regardless of what it was.
Unbelievable play.
The dumbest turnover maybe in his entire life was the one right before halftime, and that's what cost him the game. Was that one because Prater, if the game would have played out the same, Prater would have had the 50-yarder to win it, not tie it at the end of the game. I understand trying to make a play, but there's 5 seconds left before half, man. Just take a knee. Get to half. You're down 7. Who cares? And then you find yourself down 10. You knew Bills were going to fight back. I knew that was going to happen. And then Bo Nix does nothing second and third quarter. And then fourth quarter comes and he turns it on. It's unbelievable. And then, it sucks the way his season ended, honestly.
Gut-wrenching, man.
It really is. On a dumb play call for one.
Yeah, it was a dumb play call.
Yeah. Nix is not that kind of guy. Josh Allen for sure. You do a quarterback, designed run with him. Nix, I know he uses his legs very well.
Yeah.
He's small though compared to.
He's
Josh
a smart
Allen.
runner. I don't know if Sean was trying to catch him with like an element of surprise. I don't know. I don't know what his thinking was, but it looked like a routine play, a routine tackle. There was a little weird jump movement, but just planted wrong and broke a bone in his ankle. Third time he's fractured his ankle.
Really?
Once in high school, once at Auburn. Because Sean Payton joked with them post game when he made the announcement saying, well, if I knew you would fracture your ankle twice, I wouldn't have drafted you. He was joking, trying to lighten the mood a little bit. But
after rewatching it, you can definitely tell he's limping.
Oh yeah, he was hurting. He was hurting.
I couldn't tell at all when it happened.
No, and it's amazing to now know he stood in the pocket the very next play and threw a dime, which ended up being pass interference. And then of course took the knee. You could definitely see him limping after the knee.
Yeah.
And after the game, his grimacing. He was meeting with Tracy. Wolfson on the. I guess you couldn't see it on camera, but I guess he had his weight off his foot. There, and she even asked him off camera, "You all right? Like your knee?" He goes, "I'm fine." And she kind of mentioned, like, "Why are you not happy?" He goes, "Just emotional game." He knew. That, and I believe they said if the game would have continued, if the kick would have been blocked or if Lutz would have missed it, and then the Bills got the ball back, and then the Broncos would have got the ball back if the Bills didn't score, I think Stidham would have been coming in. I don't think he could have kept going.
Yeah.
It was just adrenaline running. He played a couple more plays, but just gut wrenching for the dude. I mean, you hate it when second to last real play of the game. It happens the way it did. I mean, he's led his team to an AFC championship. He deserves to be out there to be playing. Doesn't get a chance to. It's just very similar to what happened. I mean, Carson Wentz injury for the Eagles happened during the regular season, but at the end of the year, but very similar situation where he didn't get to finish off the season with this team. Now Nick Foles went on an unbelievable run. How we do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say Stidham has 3 years experience in the system. Hadn't thrown a pass though since 2023 in a legit game, a non-preseason game, but he knows the system, has a strong arm. If he plays clean football and Denver's defense plays good, maybe they're able to win the game. I'm not saying the season's over.
You can't.
I still got hope. They're still playing at home for an AFC championship. I'd still rather have a chance, even with the backup quarterback, than be sitting where the Bills are right now.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But, I was looking forward to a Bo Nix, Drake May matchup, which could potentially be a nice young rivalry for the AFC and NFL. And we're going to have to wait for the matchup next year in regular season to get that. But I do think Bo Nix answered a lot of questions to a lot of people that were questioning him or the naysayers. I do think he's their future franchise quarterback. I've thought that for a while, but I think he shut a lot of people up Saturday. Hopefully he's ready for the start of the season. I think he will be with a fractured ankle. I don't know.
Yeah, it should be.
But man, I don't know if I've ever experienced. Actually, I don't think I've ever experienced a emotional high from a win and an hour later going to a low.
Yeah.
I didn't see all of our group messages at the time. My wife and I went to a new ice cream place in Fort Wayne. She had mentioned it earlier in the day, and I was like, well, if the Broncos win, maybe we'll go get ice cream. We went there, good place, but we felt old. There was definitely a high school hangout. Yeah, a lot of high schoolers in there. So we get that. I get back in the car, and I had been listening to post game, so post game comes right on, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna take you down." Sean Payton just had because I had listened to his original press conference. It was over earlier. He came back in later on and had another one for a minute, and they played it down there, and that's when he let everybody know what happened. I'm like, what? And then I opened up my phone and saw the text messages and just was floored by it.
I hadn't seen it anywhere. My dad texted me. He had a friend tell him that Bo Nix was out, and I just thought, oh, it's fake news, you know,
right.
AI or something. And then I saw it flash across my phone because I couldn't believe it because he was just out there.
Yeah,
you know, I just couldn't believe it just an hour after a game. But
yeah,
I mean, Stidham, he's a very capable backup. And it honestly might help New England a little bit. They don't have any tape on him, so maybe he can shock the world. Although he did play for New England, didn't he?
He got drafted by New England. And here's the thing that makes me nervous: that son of a gun, Josh McDaniels, who's their offensive coordinator again, was the head coach in Vegas when Stidham started a game or two in Vegas. So he knows some of the tactics, because Stidham played very well in Vegas that one start against San Francisco.
I do remember that, yeah.
So he knows probably how to attack him a little bit, but Sean also knows that they know that. So we'll see what the game plan is. One thing to watch is the Broncos activated off the IR today, J.K. Dobbins. He's been out since October. He was 5th in the league in rushing when he got hurt. Not sure he's going to play Sunday.
I thought Harvey was fantastic on Sunday.
He's great at receiving.
Yeah.
Not the best running, but he does okay. But if you can get Dobbins back and get that 1-2 punch with him and Harvey, that would help. But I don't know if Dobbins will play Sunday, but he's activated to practice. So, but I mean, if he could play, that could be a big boost. But we will see. The spread's up to 5.5 in favor of New England, and New England fans are being very cocky. As I understand, if I was on there, I probably would.
It's not fair that they go from Tom Brady and now they have Drake May and they're favored in AFC Championship again after just having
Mike Vrabel.
He's a fantastic head coach and maybe the best pound for pound head coach in the NFL. And the Titans are stupid for firing him back in the day. I fully anticipate it being a very good game. Obviously, Denver's defense fantastic. They forced 5 turnovers the other day, and they needed every single one of them too.
They're going to need to do that again on Sunday. That's one thing that's made me mad about this defense. Like, everybody for a long time wanted to compare them to that 2015 Broncos defense. I'm like, 2015 Broncos defense forced turnovers all the time. This defense doesn't. They finally did the other day.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do the same Sunday.
I think the biggest turnover of the game was forcing a James Cook fumble.
Yes.
In about I think it was end of first quarter ish, because I think Bills go down and score. It's 14-3. They might just blow them out, and that just completely changed the complexion of the first half.
I agree.
So, because that was on a first down too, I believe.
Yep. Singleton popped it out, and Funka jumped on it. Yeah. And you were talking earlier. This is when I knew it was going to be a dogfight in the second half when Nick Bonito strip sacked Josh Allen, but the Broncos only got a field goal out to go up 13. They get up 17. I don't know if Buffalo catches up and forces overtime.
Yeah. I think the reaction to Josh Allen has been pathetic. They've treated him like a cancer patient.
I like the guy, but my gosh.
He's a likable guy.
I mean, the NFL accounts said you got to feel sorry for Josh Allen.
I don't feel bad for him.
What are we doing here?
He turned it over 4 times. Yeah. He missed Dawson Knox wide open with 10 seconds left. That would have won him the game. He airmailed him. And he had some pressure in his face, and that probably forced an overthrow. So I'll give Denver credit there. But he missed him. Of course,
he bounced that one to what's his face on third down.
Yeah, Shakir on third down, and he might have scored, honestly. And then they had to kick a field goal instead. So he's a loser. He's done nothing. I mean, he gets there. Congrats. He loses in the playoffs, and he is Lamar Jackson, but people don't say that about him.
And they fired Sean McDermott today.
Fired Sean McDermott, which I think was colossally stupid, because I don't think it was a coach issue. I think it was a roster issue. And the GM should get better. No,
They're going to go get Josh Allen's buddy, whether it be Joe Brady, Brian Dable, or even the Broncos quarterback coach Davis Webb, who he's tight with. Those are the three guys. They're one of those three guys, and they're not an upgrade over what they had.
No, McDermott took over a dumpster fire of a franchise. Hadn't made the playoffs in 20 years. He goes 98-50, wins 8 playoff games, and he never got to a Super Bowl. He did run into Mahomes, and this was probably his best shot, even though he had to go on the road both games. All 3 games he would have had to go on the road. But this it was his best shot with no Mahomes in there. No Jackson, no Burrow. And he couldn't get it done. So I understand wanting a change of scenery. But it should have been the general manager. He's the one that put the roster together. Allen had no one to throw the ball.
No weapons.
His receivers were garbage.
And a lot of them got hurt, but still they were garbage.
They were still bad. Shakir's a good slot guy. Brandon Cooks has been solid for a long time, but the fact that he's your best guy says something. At this stage.
But Caden Knox are solid tight ends. You got a solid run game. I mean, all that helps, but you got an elite quarterback. Or elite for today's standards. And you got to give him something.
Keon Coleman's been a bust for him. He's terrible. And that hurts. But again, that's the GM picking him.
They're panicking. They're panicking. They know the window's shutting, if not shut. And they're like, we gotta get him who he wants type thing. And we'll see how it turns out. But another open.
Yeah, that's 10.
But one closed today. Your Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, hired Jeff Hafley, defensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers. Cool.
I saw his name thrown out there a lot. So
yeah, he was a finalist for the Titans job and I think the Raiders, and he also interviewed with Pittsburgh. So he was a hot commodity. I know a lot of Dolphins fans are upset about it, which probably tells me it's a pretty good hire because Dolphins are a dumb group. So I'm very okay with it. I didn't really care who they hired. I do like the fact that he has led a program in Boston College and left on his own. From BC. He had him bowl eligible 3 of 4 years. He was there during COVID and NIL and transfer portal. So the fact that he was able to be competitive at a job that hasn't been very good for a long time says something. And they loved him in Green Bay as well. So we'll see how it goes. But that is actually, before we get any further, it's going to lead me to my pick 6.
Blind rankings.
Why do I keep doing that, man? My blind rankings. So I have 5 jobs here that have opened this offseason. One's been filled, but I want you to rank these jobs 1 through 5. Put all your biases aside, 1 through 5, on where you would, what job you think is the most promising going forward.
Okay,
with their current roster,
to win, patience, all that. Okay,
right. Starting with the Tennessee Titans.
I'm going 5. I think it's the worst job. They have not proved they'll be patient with people. I'm not a believer in Cam Ward yet.
No,
I don't think the roster's good. They just don't have a good culture. So I'm putting them at 5.
They have a bad owner too.
Yeah, he doesn't pay. He's not patient with anybody. They, like you said, they fired Vrabel. He led them to AFC Championship without much. I mean, they've never had a sustainable quarterback. I don't forget they're a team, but I forget they're a team.
Yeah,
because they're irrelevant. 5.
Number 2 here, Vegas Raiders.
Knew that was coming. Can't stand them, but I'm putting them at 3. A lot of money. You got Tom Brady in the fold there now with Mark Davis. Gotta think he's a smart guy. Tough division though. They will be patient. Sometimes they've had tons of head coaches though. Fan base is loyal. I'm putting them at 3. There's worse shots out there.
Arizona Cardinals.
Oh God, I don't know which one of the other ones you're gonna throw at me. I put Cardinals 4. Kind of another irrelevant franchise. I mean, I know they went to the Super Bowl back in the day with Wisenhunt and or that wasn't Wisenhunt. It was that his name? Wisenhunt?
Ken Wisenhunt?
Yeah, okay. And Kurt Warner.
I think Wisenhunt was their head coach then.
Yeah, that's his name. I don't know why it came out fast and I was second guessing myself. But I mean, Jonathan Gannon only got 2 years. Now he should have been fired, but he only got 2 years. I don't know what they're going to do. A quarterback there. Their roster's pretty bleak right now. So, 4.
Yeah, they have arguably the best tight end in the league and Trey McBride. Marvin Harrison Jr. has been kind of a bust so
Kind of.
far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quarterback position, they're probably going to get rid of Kyler Murray. Jacoby
Yeah.
Brissett obviously isn't going to be your starter going forward, maybe for one more year, but
Yeah.
not your future. So yeah, 4 is probably fair. Cleveland Browns.
I got 1 or 2 left. I'm putting them at 2.
Yeah.
They will be patient with you. I mean, Kevin Stefanski, good hire, by the way, by the
Yes.
Falcons. I think he's a good coach, but he got many years there. He did lead him to playoffs. Weird situation there with Shadir, though. You got to figure that out if you want him to be your guy or not. But got a good defense. Got the best defense player in the league, Myles Garrett, at least at his position. Passionate fan base. Passionate city. Yeah, I'm good with 2.
Last one here, New York Giants.
Yeah, I'm good with number 1.
Yeah.
Of course, they filled that with Harbaugh. Jackson Dart, Cam Scattaboo, got some pieces, got a pretty good defense. Division that's tough but winnable. He'll have them in the. I don't know if he'll have them in the mix next year, but within 5 years they'll be definitely, I think, consistently in the mix to win the NFC East within the next 5 years.
Yeah, I think Jackson Dart's definitely a quarterback you can build around, and they have some talent there. I did read in his contract that he is going to be reporting directly to the owner, John Harbaugh, is not to their general manager. So that'll
Probably
be
smart.
an interesting wrinkle because I think Joe Shane's going to get fired. He probably should have been fired this year, but next year alone.
Yep.
So
it'll be interesting to see Harbaugh on the NFC side instead of the AFC.
Yeah. I think it's a good fit there, though.
Yep.
They have some young pieces. They just need a good head coach put together.
And that is the Blind Rankings, brought to you by Performer Print 2 Promo Group. If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable resource for next trade show, company picnic, or sales meeting in 2026, Performa Print 2 Promo Group has over 50 years combined experience in promotional products and commercial print. They strive for fast and efficient response to all your print needs, so you can look no further. Let them be your one-source print and promotional company today by giving Barbara Van Weinberg a call at 574-210-3815. We didn't talk about the NFC matchup at all.
No, we didn't.
Seattle hosting the Rams.
Yeah.
3rd time this year. The first 2 times were really good matchups. Division rivals know each other real well. Seattle is without one of their running backs towards ACL.
Yep.
But Kenneth Walker ran like a madman the other night. If he does that, they don't need another running back. Sam Darnold playing mistake-free right now. That's what he's got to do, especially with a hurt oblique, because you don't want Drew Lock to have to come in there. Interesting matchup here. You got a solid overall team with Seattle. Hot offense with the Rams, who are road warriors right now, going to a place they're familiar with. I don't have my phone up here with me. I believe Seattle's a favorite, but the line's pretty close.
Real quick.
Who do you like in that one? Then we'll pick the AFC game.
Man, I have a hard time not picking the Rams. But I'm gonna pick Seattle. I think they're a more well-balanced team. That defense is arguably the best in the league. It is fantastic. Darnold, as I said, playing mistake-free football. Mike McDonald's fantastic head coach, and their GM's done a great job too. I mean, trading for Rashid Shaheed, and he runs back the opening kickoff for a touchdown. That video somebody took from their apartment was awesome.
Incredible.
Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites.
Okay.
That is the later game on Sunday. I'm going to take Seattle. That place is going to be absolutely a madhouse there, especially against a division rival.
I was taking whoever you didn't take. Right. So I'm taking the Rams. I think Matthew Stafford gets back to another Super Bowl, and we got to start having serious conversation where he ranks amongst the all-time greats.
Yeah. If he wins the second, I mean, he's got to be close to top 10. If
borderline, yep. I think he's definitely top 20, probably top 15.
Yeah.
He's good. That offense just has a lot of weapons. They're just a well-oiled machine. Defense is pretty good too. Not tons of stars on it, but pretty good defense. Impressive win over. When the Bears forced overtime, I thought the Bears were winning it.
I did too.
Caleb Williams, man, he's clutch in the fourth quarter as well. He'll also make some error throws.
Yeah, him and Knicks are a pretty good comparison because they're very similar in that aspect. Very clutch.
I think the Bears have a bright future. Tough division, but I think they'll be back.
I do too. The one thing that would give me pause is they did get to play a 4th place schedule this past season. They're in a very bad cap space heading into the offseason. So it'll be interesting to see how they are next year.
So I am taking the Rams. On the AFC, who are you picking?
If Bo Nix was playing, I would have taken Denver. But the fact he's not in the unknown, I do have to go with New England.
Sure. And I know that probably pains you as a Dolphin fan and just as a sports fan who, okay, New England's been out of it for a couple of years, but still, we've seen them win 7 stinking Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Um,
I will be going for the NFC regardless of who
Sure.
wins the AFC game.
Yeah, and if I'll be going for the NFC if the Patriots do beat the Broncos, but my pick has changed the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Broncos in a close one.
Right.
I just keep telling myself if Stidham can play clean and the defense play well and get turnovers, they can win this game. I honestly think they'll get beat. If they do make the Super Bowl, they'll get beat by either the Rams or the Seahawks. But I just
getting there would be incredible.
Getting there, the home field, I just think is going to be the difference. The Patriots are 0-4 all time in the postseason in Denver. 3 of those with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Drake May's fantastic, but he's probably never played in an environment like this.
He turned it over a few times the other day too. So
put the ball on the ground a lot yesterday. 3-1 pick, but had some fumbling issues. Some of that could have been caused by the elements. I think Sean Payton's up for the task as a head coach. He's probably actually kind of hyped about let's see what I can do with my playbook and with Stidham. I think Vance Joseph will have that defense ready. Hey guys, we can go win this game. They'll rally around to try to win it for both. So probably more homer pick than me. But even if the Patriots win, I think it's a close game. I don't think the Broncos are blown out.
I completely agree with you. There's a high probability of a rematch of a Super Bowl over the past, 12 seasons, unless it's Denver and LA.
Right.
But I mean,
that's the only one.
Yeah, Denver, Seattle has played just 12 years ago or whatever it was. Patriots, Rams played recently. Patriots, Seahawks played in a classic one.
Yep.
So we've seen these matchups, and we're very glad it's not the Chiefs. I'm very glad it's not the Chiefs. I'm sure the entire world is glad it's not the Chiefs,
except the Swifties. So and Chiefs fans. But one more thing I want to say before we move on, because I know we got a few more things we got to hit on, but it's pretty incredible. Sean Payton's led a team to the AFC Championship game when the most expensive player on his roster is Russell Wilson at $32 million.
Yeah,
and he off the books this year.
he finally got a pass interference call he'd been dying for.
Yes. So, yep. All right. We need to do our next 5 bold predictions for our list of 26 bold predictions for 2026.
We're 15 in, and I'm struggling.
It's getting tough.
We got 11 more to do. So
it's getting tough.
What's your first one?
My first one is Purdue and Purdue Fort Wayne will both make the NCAA tournament. They'll be the only 2 schools from Indiana to make it.
I like it.
Purdue Fort Wayne's actually 3rd right now on the horizon behind Rice State and Oakland, but they're not too far record-wise out of it. So, yeah, why not?
Dodgers 3-peat. Signed Kyle Tucker to a 4-year, $240 million deal. And it looks like they're have a good shot to trade for Freddie Peralta too to add to that ridiculous rotation. So
tired of it.
They'll coast through the regular season, win 110 games, and win another one.
Sick of it, man. It's not good for bringing new fans into baseball.
Yeah,
but
it's been boring, man. Blue Jays had such a good opportunity.
Yeah, they did.
Out, and they couldn't do it.
But my second one, 2026, will be Kurt Ferentz's last season at Iowa.
I could definitely see that. That's a good one. I like it. Another Dodgers one here. Shohei does not win the most valuable player this year. I think that would be an upset if he doesn't win it.
Yeah.
I have no idea
who had that last year as one of yours.
Maybe.
Yeah. Virginia Tech will make the college football playoff. I like what James Franklin's doing.
Yeah, I think old Jimothy is very. I think it's a very good fit there in Blacksburg. The Pittsburgh Steelers, we didn't even talk about this. Mike Tomlin stepped down.
That's
Pittsburgh Steelers. It's probably a good parting of ways.
Yeah.
I think Steelers are going to hire Mike McCarthy, and Rodgers will come back for one more go around.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's bold. I like the Detroit Pistons will win the NBA Finals.
I almost had that on there because they have the 1 seed right now in the East.
Second best record behind Oklahoma City for the league.
I almost put that on there. It was a long rebuild for them, but it's worked. Seattle Seahawks will win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, they got one.
That's I was gonna say that's less bold than a lot of other ones.
But, we're having 25% of these, so you know. And this one's seems to always be on my list or some variation of this. Ricky Fowler will win a tournament in 2026. Like the way he finished his 2025 season. So
it used to be Ricky Fowler will win a major.
we're scaling back.
They'll win one tournament.
Let's just win a tournament. Pump the brakes.
My last one here is about college basketball and Big Ten for that fact. But, all the talk, which rightfully so in the Big Ten, has been about Nebraska.
Yes.
They're 18-0. First team to start 18-0 since the 2011 Ohio State team, and only the third time this century for a Big Ten team to start 18-0, Illinois in 04-05. I think Nebraska would be 12 to 15-point underdogs against both of those teams because, as I said, I do not believe in Nebraska. They've never won an NCAA tourney game, and I think that streak continues, even if they get a 1 seed, which I don't.
My gosh.
I don't think they'll get a 1 seed. They have a hard February coming up. They haven't played Purdue yet, haven't played Michigan yet, still have to play Illinois again. I don't know about Michigan State. I know they beat them earlier. I don't know if they play them twice.
Right.
But good story. I think they're a very good basketball team. I don't think they're a top 10 team in the country.
Sure.
They're what they're doing, rightfully so. It's kind of overshadowed what Michigan's done or what Purdue's doing, only having 1 loss and all that. But again, very good basketball team. I just don't think they're, second weekend caliber.
I like it. It's bold, and I like it because I could definitely see that coming true. So, Big Ten hoops, we're really starting to get in the thick of it. Really starting to get some good matchups. Purdue went 2-0 this past week. Had a grinded out game against Iowa at home, but honestly, I loved it the way it played out. I liked them getting tested like that.
Tested twice this week.
Yeah. Well, I can't speak on the game on Saturday. I watched 3 minutes of it.
Yeah.
I was score checking on my phone. I was already stressed enough watching the Broncos. I'm like, I'm looking for it's too close to even try to pay attention to that. I don't want more stress. Like I probably won't survive it. They grinded out 2 wins at UCLA tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. A big one against your number 11 Illini at 3 o'clock on Fox on Saturday. So just keep stacking wins. That's all I care about. Stay healthy, keep stacking wins.
Yeah, definitely. That's probably going to be to date the most hyped Big Ten matchup.
I would think
so. Purdue and Illinois, and they've played 2. Really, the past 4 times have been very, very close
battles. Yeah.
Especially in Mackey, 2 games. I think, as I said, last week, Purdue got up, 15-20 in the first half. And Illinois chip away to the point. A couple of years ago, I think it was the Matt Meyer year, they came back and even took the lead in the second half after being down 20, and then Purdue ended up finding a way to win. And then 1 year was 2 years ago, and I think it was a top 10 matchup. They were without Shannon, and they got down big, but Domas.
I was at that game. Students were on break.
Yeah. Domas got hot in the second half, and next thing you know, it's a 3-point game with 10 seconds left, sort of thing.
Yep.
So I'm anticipating it being a very good game.
Yeah.
I was at the Illinois game on Saturday, and students.
I watched a chunk of that game.
Students were not there, and the atmosphere is vastly.
It was pretty dead on TV.
Vastly different.
Yeah.
I went to a CBS game last year when they played Ohio State at home, and it was rocking. And with no students, it's just a very different atmosphere. And they're playing Minnesota, they should beat, and they did. Even though it was tied with about 11 minutes left, I never felt overly threatened.
That was like me with Iowa when Purdue was down 9 one point. Like my group message was freaking out. My mom was texting me that my dad's freaking out. I'm like, there's plenty of game left. Like that's where with Braden Smith, Trey Covington, and Fletcher Lawyer, that experience, I don't get nervous when they're down. I'm like, they've been through it all. They'll find a way to get through it, and they did.
Right.
Like,
even when Purdue, 22-8 in the first 10 minutes the other day.
I raised my eyebrows. I'm like, oh crap!
Yeah.
But
I was like, Purdue's gonna win by 15.
They closed it. They closed it fast. So
they won by 5.
That was Purdue West. Purdue had more fans there than USC.
That's crazy. It's I anticipate it being a very good game. I don't think Illinois has a shot to go in there and win, especially.
Oh, they absolutely have a shot. Yeah,
I'll give them a shot. I do not anticipate a win.
Fair.
Purdue, when they play, another top 15 team, that Mackey Arena is just at an even different level than it is when they play, a good Iowa team at home.
True.
That sort of thing. And I don't I'm hoping they can keep it under 10. It's a defeatist attitude, but I don't want to be like, man, I feel really good about this Illinois team, and then bam, they lose by 25 at Mackey.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But they have Maryland at home earlier in the week on Wednesday, and I assume they'll be able to.
Those pesky Terps, though, they give Illinois problems.
They have, and it doesn't matter who the coach is. Mark Spurgeon gave him problems. Kevin Willard gave him problems. Shouldn't matter this year, you wouldn't think, but you kind of worry about them looking ahead a little bit. But at the same time, they have a bunch of veterans. Like, I don't think Kylan Boswell will let that happen, or any of those guys.
Every time I do watch Illinois, like I watch a little of that Northwestern game, when they get tight, he takes over. Like, he makes big plays.
He takes over defensively, what he does. I mean, he shut Cade Tyson's water off the other day, and he's 6 inches shorter. He guarded Nick Martinelli the entire time and really held him in check. Martinelli got his. He got 22.
That's what he does. But...
And that's what he does, but it took him a bunch of shots, and they really didn't even give him the ball that much because of it. So him versus Braden Smith will be pretty fun on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't have my phone up here with me. It's charging downstairs. I feel naked without it, so I was just gonna look through the games this week.
Yeah, I can whip through the games here real quick before we go. There's not another segment we need to do. It feels like I'm missing something this week. All right, cool.
Just wrap up the birdie.
No games tonight. Obviously, you have the national championship game.
Yeah.
We have I mean, Purdue played Minnesota early in the year and they blew them out, but it was pretty close for a half. They're much better under Nico Medved than they were. Under Ben Johnson. But Minnesota plays at Ohio State tomorrow night.
I guess I'll take Ohio State because it's at Ohio State, but it'll be tight.
Ohio State 7.5-point favorites. Good win against UCLA 2 days ago for them. But give me Ohio State. Indiana in desperate need of a win. It's probably not going to get it. They travel to Michigan.
If they're not shooting well, they're not a good basketball team.
Yeah.
And their fans don't. Rightfully so right now, seem to care too much. So they're leaking though, 3 in a row, and it's probably soon to be 4.
And they've been getting blown out too. I mean, they gave up.
Guess who they host next Tuesday? Their first home game after the probably win the national championship.
Is it Purdue?
Yeah, 9:00 next season. That'll be fun. Great.
Indiana gave up 28-0 run to Michigan State or something like that the other night.
It was 51-51, and then it was
just a whooping.
It was.
Give me Michigan big. Rutgers at Iowa.
Iowa. They look good against IU.
Iowa's much tougher under Colin than they are under Fran, for sure.
I miss Fran.
I do too. Michigan State at Oregon.
Michigan State.
Give me Michigan State. Purdue at UCLA.
Purdue. I think it'll still be a close game, but it's more comfortable margin than it was USC.
I agree. Purdue. Purdue will cover. They're only 5.5-point favorites. I think
8 to 10.
10 to 12 is what I was thinking.
All right.
Maryland at Illinois. Wednesday.
Illinois, pretty easily.
Yeah, give me Illinois. Washington at Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Give me Nebraska. Northwestern at USC.
USC, I guess.
Give me USC. Thursday night, we have one game. Wisconsin at Penn State.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, give me Wisconsin. Penn State got murdered yesterday. Friday night, Indiana at Rutgers. That'd be a massive one for Indiana. They can't lose that one.
I think they get that one. If they lose that, oh my gosh. That'd be 5
Rutgers has been tougher at home. They did beat a bad Oregon team, a bad Northwestern, but they still won. Give me Indiana, though. Ohio State at Michigan.
Michigan.
Give me Michigan. Nebraska at Minnesota. Trap game.
I think Nebraska, but it wouldn't shock me. That would be an upset. It wouldn't shock me.
Give me Nebraska as well. Maryland at Michigan State.
Sparty.
Yeah, give me Michigan State. Illinois at Purdue.
I will take the Boilers in a dogfight.
I will take Purdue as well. Northwestern at UCLA.
UCLA.
Give me UCLA. Oregon at Washington. You going to be watching that at the same time that Denver plays?
No. I feel like I'm picking all home teams, so give me Oregon on the road.
Give me Washington. I think they're an okay team.
Yeah.
USC at Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Give me Wisconsin. That'll do it for games this week.
Right. Birdie or bogey, Indiana's got a chance tonight to beat Miami and win their first national championship. Who is the last program to win their first national championship?
You could give me the year, and I probably wouldn't even know.
I'm not doing that because I know the year off the top of my head, and I'm afraid you would know it somehow.
Florida in 2000 whatever. I have no idea.
It is Florida.
Are you kidding?
Way off with the year.
Oh, shoot.
1996.
1996. Okay.
God dang. Birdie. Danny Warfel, Heisman Trophy quarterback with Spurrier.
Oh,
96
man.
was the last time. We got a first-year champion.
Okay. I didn't know they won in the 90s. I thought they did, but I'm like, Florida in 2008 or whatever.
I thought I had you the whole time.
Man.
I guessed Auburn when I looked it up.
I was thinking Auburn
they
too.
Won one back in the day. So.
Okay, because I remember they were a duo national title with I think it was USC. Because there was one year there was the stupid BCS.
They don't. Yeah,
that doesn't count.
The list says USC, but they did beat Oregon in 2010.
Yeah, that too. I remember that. But
good pull.
I got lucky with that one. You should have had me. You should have had me say the year too.
That's getting too hard. Yeah. I'm not my father, who gives you the hardest one in the history of Tan and J-Man show to start the year. So,
thanks for watching the Tan and J-Man show. We'll be back at it with another episode. Have a fantastic week, everybody.